Chuck.
Smile, Emily. Smile. Oh, good.
Sue, I was at the wake for Mr. Dwyer a few minutes ago, and Donna was a couple people behind me, and she goes, she looked at her watch, she goes, you know, you have a meeting to get to. I said, I think I'm okay. The whole time you're there, how quick is the line moving?
Yeah, I'm
How big
going
was the
right
line,
after.
Kevin?
Well, it took a full hour for me to get through, and I got there at 4:35.
Oh, God.
I was supposed to go with the AOH folks at 7 o'clock, but I wasn't sure how long this was going to be, so I didn't know if I'd figure I'd just go right after work.
Okay, so we have everyone here and the applicant.
Is Robert going to be here tonight?
Robert is recused on this one, so he will not be here.
That's right.
Okay. We are recording and we are live streaming. So I will start us off. Okay. Thank you for joining the City of Kingston Planning Board at our special meeting. Tonight is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. My name is Suzanne Cahill. I am the Planning Director for the City of Kingston and host for our virtual meeting. Before we begin our meeting, we'd like to go over a few meeting guidelines to help navigate the system as efficiently and respectfully as possible. We are using Zoom webinar-based format, so all board members and applicants have received specific joining instruction as panelists. As panelists, you are visible and able to speak at the meeting. All guests will be present as view-only attendees unless we promote them to panelists, at which time they will be visible and able to be heard. Panelists should control their own mute button. As good practice, we ask that you mute yourself if you are not speaking to avoid background noise and feedback. If a board member or staff wishes to speak, they will raise their hand. The chairperson will call on them before they speak by stating their name clearly for our audio listeners. The board member will then unmute themselves, state their name, and speak clearly, muting after finished. All of our meetings are recorded. Both video and written transcriptions will be available to the public on the city website at a later date. The meeting is also being live streamed on City of Kingston YouTube channel. If you have any audio issues, please send a text message to the following number, 845-443-0416. I will repeat that number again, but be aware that phone calls will not be answered during the meeting. The number again to text is 845-443-0416. As the organizer for today's meeting, I reserve the right to lock and pause the meeting to eject anyone who has behaved inappropriately or to enter into attorney-client conference if needed. Materials for this meeting may be found on the City of Kingston website by going to www.kingston-ny.gov. Once on the home page, click on the meeting link in the calendar and follow the prompts for the agenda materials. Thank you for your patience during these difficult times, and on behalf of the Planning Board, I wish you and your family good health. I turn now the floor over to Chairman Wayne Platt to call the meeting to order at 6:03 p.m.
Thank you, Suzanne. Welcome, everybody, to the special meeting of the City of Kingston Planning Board. This is Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. We'll begin with introductions. My name is Wayne Platt Jr. I'm the chairman. We also have Charles Palaco, Matt Gillis, Kevin Roach, Vince Archer, Emily Hamilton, and Sage Newkirk. And as you also heard there, we have Suzanne Cahill, who is the city planner. Regular business, we're here for the performance bond for item number 1, number 264 Lucas Avenue. It's to accept a cost estimate in the amount of $1,079,693, which includes a 10% contingency for required performance bond for multifamily apartment complex consisting of 4 buildings with 46 units and related site improvements. Section block and lot is 56.88-4-7, seeker determination, zone R4, Ward 1, SSLI Holdings LLC is the applicant owner. And we have Luke Interante from SSLI Holdings LLC. Luke, are you here by yourself tonight? Do you have anybody else?
I am. Stefan was maybe going to hop on, but just me.
Okay.
So any questions, let me know.
Okay. Sue, I see we have the detailed site improvements, the estimate summary here.
Right.
Your office has reviewed these, and also the Office of the City Engineer. Do you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, yep, John and I both reviewed these. As you will recall, at the planning board's meeting, in February with the decision, there was a question on landscaping. A revised landscaping plan has been submitted, which does include the additional landscaping to be included or incorporated into what had been proposed along the line of Mrs. Perna. So that has been also done. All of these numbers are suitable. Quantities were checked. Some are lump sum amounts, as you'll note, but John felt that this was fair and has given his blessing with the 10% contingency. As you know, I mean, the reason we called for the special meeting is that the applicants are under a time constraint issue with the DEC to do the cutting by March 31st. And was included as well in our secret documentation. So they do want to get that work done and accomplished. If not, they have to wait until November. And so they would lose, obviously, a full construction season.
Okay. Luke, this list here is pretty self-explanatory. And like Sue said, it's already passed muster through her office and the city engineer. I don't know if you wanted to add anything. You don't have to, you know.
No, just general summary is that's the site improvement package as a whole. So we can get our bond in place. The only work we're actually doing right now is going to be the tree clearing. We're not pulling stumps. All the trees that are existing to remain, as shown on our site plan documents, are all flagged and will remain as per the plan. Our actual construction site work isn't going to start until building permit is issued, our rec fee is paid, and we have to finish our construction documents for the buildings. So our real start is probably closer to June on the project. So this is really just to get those logs out. Okay.
And as these site improvements continue and come to fruition, we can expect you to come back periodically to request some of that performance bond to be released?
Yes, what we plan to do right now, we're putting a cash bond in place, and then we're in the process of securing a traditional bond. So once we have that, at some point over the next 4 to 6 weeks, we'll put that in place of the cash bond. And then, as we get, probably 50% or greater, we'll request a reduction. And then, once more to the end.
Right, and just to be clear, to swap out a traditional bond, performance bond with the cash bond will not require them to come back to the board for that authority. That's in the code, and that's an allowed type of or form of bond, so that wouldn't be an issue. One thing, Luke, we just want to be clear is what erosion control measures. I know that John had some conversations with Eric Chaston about installing silt fencing and the tracking system. So that will need to get put in place for the work to get done.
Correct. So the tracking pad, the construction entrance will be installed as the very first thing before the tree clearing starts. The reason we're leaving the stumps in place is because once those are pulled, that initiates commencement of the SWIP. So we're leaving those for now to be done, like I said, probably in June when we actually ramp up to start full construction. So then those will be pulled. And then at that point, we'll have, daily workers on site. We'll be doing our SWIP inspections and all that stuff. So the goal for now is minimal disturbance.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
I'm good.
Seems nice and straightforward.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Vince, you're in on this one too, okay, pal? All right. Everything, we're pretty clear now, Sue, right? We're nothing else right now?
No, nothing else.
Okay. Okay. This is Wayne Platt. So at this time, I will make a motion that we accept the cost estimate of $1,079,693, which includes the 10% contingency for the performance bond for number 264 Lucas Avenue. Do I have a second?
Matt seconds.
Matt Gillis is a second. All in favor, Wayne Platt is a yes. Charles Palaco,
Yes.
Matt Gillis,
Yes.
Kevin Roach,
Yes.
and Vince Archer.
Yes.
Okay, that is carried. Okay, thank you, Luke. Good luck with everything with that.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
pal.
Luke.
All right, anything, there's nothing else before this board, Sue, right?
No, you just need a motion to adjourn.
Okay, this is Wayne Platt. I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second on that?
Matt seconds.
Matt Gillis with a second. All in favor, Wayne Platt is a yes. Charles Palaco,
Yes.
Matt Gillis,
Yes.
Kevin Roach,
Yes.
Vince Archer.
Yes.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you,
Right.
everybody. Thank you,
Just a
Sage and
reminder,
Emily.
next Monday is
In-person.
a in-person meeting. Okay, we will be in conference room number 1 as a board. And the applicants will be in the chambers and get called in to the conference room as the agenda item is called. So the hearings, if someone is there to speak at a hearing, they will be called in and they can speak in front of the board. And the reason that we are doing that is that all of the equipment is still not in complete functioning order in the chambers. And conference room 1 is got a limited capacity in terms of numbers. So we felt that to be safe, that was the best way to do it. There will be a monitor on in the chamber so people can watch. We will be live streaming, and the audience in the chamber will be able to watch the proceedings in the conference room.
Okay, good.
And we'll still be live streaming, so people can still watch from home as well.
Okay, good.
Okay?
All right.
right.
Thank you,
Have a
everybody.
guys
good night,
then.
everybody. Thank you.